to Friday's One show with Lady Stacey of Dooley.
And of course, the fine gent on my right, Rylan Clark-Neal.
No, do you know what? Stop the music. I'm sorry. Come on, babe. It's not Radio 4. It's Friday. It's me and Stacey, everyone. It's a little One show takeover. Can you believe it? Can I just say, who would have ever have thunk it?
I'm
going to say it.
Here we are.
Put the commoners in
on
control,
the
weren't they?
Sofa.
Oh, isn't it terrible?
I can hear people panicking upstairs already.
Oh, people have just resigned. I can see them walking by. It's fantastic. But believe me, we have got a bit of a theme to tonight's show. We are looking at mums and dads.
We are.
We're looking at their kids. We're looking at dummies, daredevil teenagers, and dancing dads all to come. It's a bit of a family affair tonight, isn't it?
All going on.
Yeah.
And we recently, Rylan, got to meet your amazing mother, Lynn.
Oh, Linda loves it.
On
She really does.
Box. Look at this.
Potpourri.
What?
Is this potpourri?
It's vegetable crisp.
Oh, I've never seen that. Where'd you get them from?
Beetroot.
Oh, no, I don't know.
What? It's not potpourri, do you mean?
Yeah,
What do you call it?
potpourri.
Potpourri.
Yes. Yeah, but you're saying it the French way, ain't you? I don't do it.
So yeah, Linda is literally loving it. She's been recognised up the local shops.
Sure.
Yeah, the florist always calls out to her now.
Do you know, Di gets really, really, really excited when someone says, "Are you Stacey's mum?"
Really?
Oh, it makes her day.
Well, big shout out to Linda and Di tonight.
no, that's it. We
I
love
reckon
you.
they'll get on. They'll get on. But all of our guests tonight know how important family and unity is because they started blowing our minds with their moves 10 years ago, and they just keep getting bigger and better.
Yeah, you did well there. Please welcome from Diversity, Ashley, Jordan and Perri.
Yes! Oh, boys. You know what? It's always so lovely to see all of you lot. It always is, because you're such lovely boys. We're going to be talking about the tour in a little bit. There's a few babies crying because they're trying to get tickets. And it's selling so well. But first of all, speaking of babies, that sound must be quite familiar to you because Jordan just had his second baby, everyone. Congratulations!
Oh, no, she's just over a week old now.
And is her name Mimi?
Mimi. So
Gorgeous
her actual name is Mayoa.
Right.
But everyone always goes to me, how do you pronounce that? So I go, Mimi.
Mimi.
Absolutely
fine. And how's your boy, Cass, getting on with her?
Do you know what? He just thinks, what's this crying sausage in the background? Because she doesn't move, she doesn't do anything. She just lays there and goes, so he just calls over, has a little look and goes, nah, she's all right.
There.
That's
She's
it.
still there.
Congratulations.
How old is Cass?
He's 15 months.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
So it's a real close gap. It's the same gap between me and my sister, and everyone goes, oh, you know, you're going to love it, close together. And I was like, yeah, but my mum's head turned grey when she was 30, so I know it's not that stress-free. Love you, Mum, didn't mean it.
We got baby Rose.
Yeah.
And does she dance?
Do you know what she does, actually? You know, she does. When music comes on, she's been around it, like, from being in, like, Mum's belly, literally, she's been around it, like, the whole time. So she moves to music, loves it, and every time she sees us dance, she's just, like, mesmerised, bless her.
I mean, you spend so much time with these two as well. You must
I feel left out. I'm not...
I mean, you can adopt me if you want and kind of love me. But you must feel like the ultimate uncle here.
Oh, my God, yeah. And then, obviously, you take them and they're all happy and they cry and you instantly give them back. So...
Yeah, perfect. The dream world.
What more could you want?
Well, listen, Ashley, last time you were here, we actually showed you this video. Have a look. Now, this is so gorgeous, and the last time we showed this, our viewers absolutely fell in love with it. And it turns out you're not the only dads doing this round here. No.
Yes,
I've
you've
heard this
started
rumour.
something. So this is in Swindon. It's a dad and baby class, and it's called Sling Swing.
Oh, go on.
I mean, how great is that? And we have got a few dancing dads in our audience this evening.
That is right. We've got Barry and Willow, Matt and Sam, and Ursan and Eliza, plus the woman behind all of this as well. Carly's here. Carly.
Hi.
Sling Swing. Where did this come from?
Sling Swing came about when my eldest baby was born, and I just took to carrying him in a carrier because he was happiest in there. And then with my background in singing, dancing, music, it just came about that a class was formed that I could take my child to with me, and all my friends could come along, and it's just grown from that, really.
Amazing. We can see all the mums and the babies doing it as well. But The reason we've got the dads here today is because they've all been doing some dancing and they've been filming with us around the BBC today. Now, we're not going to tell you why yet, boys, because this involves you, but we'll show you at home why a little bit later
You're
on.
very impressed. Yes.
We're ready. I thought I was onto something new there.
Yeah,
no.
no, it's been copyrighted by Carly.
Sorry, Carly.
Yeah, I'm more upset after we watched that video of us dancing. I don't know how I'm going to do it with 2 babies. Juggling kids.
Oh, Pell, yeah.
Hell, there you go. Got a spare for you.
Got the babysitter.
So there comes a moment when every baby climbs out of the cot for the first time.
Yeah,
but for Hilary from Oxford, her son George, he never stopped climbing.
Well, yeah, he didn't stop climbing. Now, I must tell you that this first film tonight contains danger, illegal activity and family drama. So who better to investigate than one of Britain's finest? Oh, Louis III wasn't available? We sent Stacey instead.
Tonight, one of London's most famous landmarks says it's reviewing security and conducting a thorough investigation after a man scaled the Shard without any safety equipment.
19-year-old George King became the first person to free climb the 300 metres to the top of the building. He wasn't arrested, but did receive a police caution. I think initially when the news broke, none of us could understand why anybody in their right minds would put themselves in such a compromising position. Then you think, he's only 19. You know, his mother must have been completely petrified. How are you, George? I've come to meet George and his mum, Hilary, to ask exactly that. How are you, Mum?
Right, well, feeling a bit shocked seeing it.
It's so enormous.
Yes,
I know that's a really obvious thing to say, but it feels...
It's very imposing.
Very imposing.
It's seeing the enormity of it it's crazy. To think that he was climbing up there like Spider-Man is unreal. You said you stopped halfway up and had a little bit of a look around.
Yeah.
I mean, how mad is that?
Yeah.
George has completed over 100 climbs all over the world. From vast cranes to the world's highest climbing wall, building up to the most ambitious of all, the Shard.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, right, I'm going to make the first preparation. Took out my mum for dinner, but I was
In the
up
Shard?
in the Shard.
Brilliant.
And
So he dressed it up like he's taking you out for a treat.
And my mother, no idea at all.
Yeah, and that was one of, 200 visits altogether, probably.
And you were coming in different disguises.
Yeah. I would wear suits, I would go in sports kit, wear stuff like this. I would always try and change my appearance.
I knew something was up, and I kept sort of saying, what's going on? Are you planning on something big? He just always said to me, trust me, everything will be fine. And I have always trusted George.
It's very black and white. You broke the law. Legally, where are you now?
So I got up to the top. I was there for 30 minutes, I had a conversation with the police, and I was set free.
The thought that George is doing something potentially illegal, it terrifies me. I don't want to step out of line at all. I don't want him to get into trouble.
I can imagine you are constantly riddled with nerves.
Absolutely. I lie awake at night worrying about what he's doing. But it's only natural to feel like that as a mum.
And George, clearly your mum, it hurts her. She panics about you. Does that upset you?
Yeah, it does upset me a lot. Of course it does. But at the same time, my biggest fear in life is getting to my deathbed and to have regrets.
What would you like to see him do next?
I feel that...
Nothing, Stacey.
Yes, exactly. I feel...
9 till 5.
Yeah, I don't want him doing any more climbing. So I want to keep him safe, but...
What can you do?
Yeah.
So what is next, George? What are you planning?
Oh, I can't say.
It looks like Hilary has a few more sleepless nights ahead.
I mean, that is unbelievable. That is illegal, though, isn't it?
It's completely illegal.
I mean, she must... she don't look it, but you must be that worried as a mum.
She was riddled with nerves. And, we do have to say, of course, we don't condone it, and it was against the law. Yeah, good luck with everything going forward in a legal, safe way.
Maybe get a job in a shop or something.
Luton Airport.
Luton Airport, it's where you used to work.
Work for me. Your mum is your manager.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the dynamics there, because I used to work for my mum when she owned a bar.
We'll put it this way,
So I
I'd
had to clean the
rather
glasses.
climb the Shard than deal with her sometimes. Seriously, she's a scary lady.
Don't
But she's brilliant though, man. Do you know what? You can't trust anyone. more than your mum. Well, we've found that anyway. So she's just amazing. She's there. She does anything for us and everything for us, and she's been doing it for not just like the 10 years that we've been like in the mainstream, but even the 10 years before that. You know, she looks after us all. She's
and it's
amazing.
lovely to have her included. In
of course,
as well. Because you know, like I just said, we just saw her did Celebrity Goggles with my mum, and she's not too well. So to be able to work with her and do something like that, it's a lovely feeling.
Yeah, it is nice, isn't it?
It's because for us, I guess it's like. I just recently moved house, but before that, I lived down the same street as my mum as well. So, like, she would look out the window. If I went anywhere, she'd be like, "Oh, get us a pint of milk, would you?" And I'm like, yeah, no worries. I was just going to cinema, but I'll take it in there with me. Pint of semi-skim one, watching my TV.
Bit of Dumbo and
we take for granted, though, don't we? Like, we've got a tour bus, right? So we tour the country on a tour bus. She's at the front, we're all at the back. Sometimes it gets a bit rowdy. You hear, "Keep it down!" And all of us are like, "Sorry, Daddy, sorry, Mum, sorry."
I love it. One thing we did see was we obviously saw George's mum in that BT, but we also saw her do some quite dangerous stuff in that film. Talking of danger, I mean, you get chucked about like a flip-flop, you do. I mean,
I don't have a say in this.
Do you ever worry about your safety with these?
Oh yeah, but you know, I don't look. Just look at the look they're giving me now. You see a miss?
You're gonna do it.
I told you, I don't have a choice in this.
Question authority.
Look at you! I mean, this is going a little bit back.
Yeah, look, you got to bear in mind, this was when Pell was the size of a flip-flop as well,
you,
so it was a bit...
You say that, you say he was the size of a flip-flop, but you still do it now, and sometimes things do go wrong. Have a look at this.
What have you got?
Oh,
What I love about this is there is absolutely no sense of urgency to make sure he's okay.
No. I was laying on the floor in the background, OK? I'm on my phone, I was downloading an album, I don't even know what I was doing. I just heard the thud, and I turned around. What didn't help, he was just in his pants as well.
I mean, no one even brought him a pair of tracksuits.
He thought he was so smooth as well.
I was going to do it first time. Obviously, just didn't work out, did it?
Didn't work out.
Well, do you know what? We saw clips there 10 years ago,
I can't believe
BGT.
it's been a decade.
I know, it's been so long.
That clip you just showed, like, you trust me to throw you back. I can't believe you trust me to put us in those outfits. Can you believe that? What was we wearing?
Guys, I swear it'll look great. It'll look so cool.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But now, back on tour again. Tell us about the tour.
Yeah, wow. 10 years on. I mean, to be honest, I can't believe, like, that we're 10 years on, if I'm being honest.
Because you've worked so hard.
It's just flown, honestly. Like, when it all kicked off, like, how old were you, Pell? 12?
Yeah, I was in
12
like
or 13?
year 8, year 7, something like that.
I was like 19 when it all started, and now we're here.
I was 16 for asking if you wanted to. No.
But yeah, 10 years on, and you know, this, not blowing our own trumpet, but like this tour is like our biggest one yet.
Yeah.
So
and
what
we're so
are we
proud
going to be
of it.
expecting on this tour? Because you've done it all before, we've seen you guys before.
Yeah.
What's new this time?
No, you've asked. I want to hear it as well.
You know what? It's a bit of everything, because what we're really excited about with this tour, right, is the fact that it'd be really easy to go, right, we've been doing it for 10 years, and what we do next to feel almost like a bit of a full stop. Like, haven't the past 10 been great? But I'm more interested in looking forward to the next 10. So it's like, what are we? What have we become? And so this tour has got everything, right? We've got illusion, we've got magic, we've got, you know, as you saw in the performance there, fire, dance. We do all sorts.
It's a full-on show.
It's a full-on show.
Do you know what it is with you guys, though? I feel like you really were pioneers, because you were the first group that really smashed it on BGT. And then every year afterwards, there were big groups trying to sort of, you know, follow
emulate
your
that
footsteps.
success, shall we say?
Yeah. You know, you really sort of stumbled across something fantastic.
Yeah, I guess we were quite like. I try not to sound smug here, because I'll stop it. No, I mean, seriously,
really
there are loads of wicked groups out there. There really are, and it's nice to see that. I guess after us, there might be a bit more of a platform for street dance, like commercially and stuff. So seeing other people get the chance to do it.
Yeah, but George, this is all a lovely legacy. Don't get me wrong. And with, you know, winning BGT, you found fame. And Perri, what I love about you is it's quite hard to return to reality after being on a show like that and getting all that success. But we did find a really inspirational quote from you back when you were in year 8. And this is what you said. I'm loving all the attention we're getting, especially from the girls. I just got a massive hug from a pretty girl in my year. It's so much fun.
That's what it's all about.
I even know which girl it was.
Perri, what would you like to say now, all these years on, to that inspirational quote that touched so many of us?
I've got to say, I'm beyond single still. So.
It was the first
If you're watching, get in touch. If you're watching, watching, get in touch. He's waiting.
Definitely get in touch.
OK, Diversity's Born Ready UK tour starts in September and tickets are on sale now.
Good luck, boys. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, listen, they're not the only dancers with us tonight, as we said earlier. Breakout British artist Mabel's going to be here, and she has brought dancers, lights, the full works, and she's going to be performing her massive hit, Don't Call Me Up, right at the end of the show.
But before that, the Diversity boys will want to watch this next film very carefully because Carrie's meeting the parents taking part in an experiment that could all end in tears.
For many parents up and down the country, the dummy can provide welcome relief from a crying baby. But trying to take it away can be a perilous experience.
I'm in Greater Manchester, where one woman has made it her mission to help parents to suck up the pain and ditch the dummy.
Speech therapist Joanne Jones worked for the NHS for 20 years and has developed a free challenge she says will wean a child off its dummy within 5 days.
After 1 year of age, the dummy is detrimental to mouth development. So it can cause swallowing to not work properly, it can cause middle ear problems, it can cause the palate to not form properly, so later on they have problems with dentition.
Tell me about the challenge. How does it work?
So I run the 5-day challenge online. We talk about ways to get rid of the dummy. So you could do cold turkey, you could do a sliding out process, you could do a step-by-step process, and for different people, different strategies work. And every day I'm live in the evening, answering questions, giving support, and parents support each other.
Around 750 people are signed up to the latest 5-day challenge, and I'm meeting 2 of them. Mum of 3 Amy, who is trying to wean 4-year-old William off his dummy, and Sharon, who's attempting the challenge with 2 young children aged 2 and 10 months.
Now, I am noticing straight away that there is not a dummy in sight right now. So where are they? Oh, in the hands. Is that what it's like? Do you have them on reserve at all times?
Always. When I see children William's age with dummies now, I think it looks wrong. And then I realise that Will's still got his, and yeah. I've always disliked them.
How bad are you expecting this to be?
I'm expecting it to be really bad.
And are you going to try and take them both off dummies at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
But as the dummies are taken away, it's not long before the wailing begins.
Continuous crying. It's hard work.
Meanwhile, William seems to be embracing the challenge.
How was your first night without your dummy, William?
Good.
With the help of the online support, things are looking up for Shannon. But reality is sinking in for William.
After it's finished, we'll have it.
No, we don't have it anymore, are we?
As a mum of 4, I know how hard it can be to put your foot down when you know it's going to lead to a world of pain. So do the public feel the same?
I'm struggling with it to take it off because when she was 1, she was premature and her teeth are affecting. I know that, but we are struggling right now.
The thought of getting rid of a dummy at this age, you're just signing up for a rough few weeks, aren't you?
If you're having a moment where the kid's going crazy and the dummy will pacify, let him have a dummy. I'm not really bothered.
My husband got hold of the dummy one day and got the scissors and went, end of dummy, and that was it. Yeah.
And he took to it, OK?
Somebody cried.
He's still crying for his dummy.
Amy and Shannon are coming to the end of their attempts to ditch the dummy.
One more day, then it's finished.
And after catching up on some of their video diaries, Joe is off to see how they got on.
He's done 5 nights with no dummy and he hasn't got up once to ask for it.
Wow, did you think that was going to happen?
No. At first, he was under the impression that once the 5-day dummy challenge had finished, he'd be having it back.
OK.
So we've had to kind of reiterate that it wasn't coming back. He's done good.
Done so well.
Very proud of him.
So the challenge proved a success for Amy, but how did Shannon cope ditching 2 dummies at once?
Hello, come in. I shed my fair few tears. I had my fair few nights where I just felt like the cruelest mum. But I'm actually amazed at the results. I really, really am. He's attempting to speak, he's making a lot more noises. If I'd have known all of this a year ago, I would have done it in a heartbeat.
Oh, the dummy's ditched forever.
They are all in the bin, but I have got one hidden in the house just in case.
Well, a massive thank you to Shannon, Amy and William, and we are very pleased to say that William is apparently still off the dummy, which is great news, and I know he's watching, so hello, William. Right, boys, I don't know whether the answer's going to be yes to this, because I was hearing you talk throughout this, Jordan, but how would you feel about ripping the dummy out and trying the 5-day challenge?
So I feel it is. I think it's only because where we've just got Mimi, just got her like she's a loaf of bread, where she's just been born.
With the milk for your mum.
Exactly, milk for my mum. With that being the situation, I feel like it might be tough to try and take the dummy away right now. But me and Nate had a conversation about it, and it was like on cue. I said, I think maybe we should try and start taking the dummy. She went, yeah. And as we were saying it, Mimi went, and I went, yeah, one thing at a time, maybe. We'll give it a month or so, then we'll do it. But I think the 5-day challenge is, I think we're going to have to give it a try at some point.
You can give it a try.
He'd be 14 in school and be going, come on, mate, let's take that off.
You say this, though. I mean, it is hard with... I've not got a child, but it is hard doing that. But, I mean, sometimes it goes into adulthood as well with the dummy. I think we've got a little photo here, actually, funnily enough. It's so hard. It's so hard to get them off the dummy.
Late 20s, but still got it. Now, we've heard you guys are pretty competitive, so we have designed this very special game for you. You're going to be so impressed.
It's a very special game, because earlier today, we got our lovely dancing dads to recreate some famous dance scenes from classic films. Now, all you boys have to do is identify the film that they're recreating. So we've got an example. Here's a little example. Have a little look at this. What do you think this could be?
Dirty Dancing.
Exactly, it's Dirty Dancing.
That would have been my point, right?
Yeah, it would have been your
That would have
point,
been my point, right?
but that was just the example.
Okay, fine.
So you get the idea. So let's play Daddy Dancing. Oh, yeah. Copyright. Right. First up, have a look at this one.
Footloose.
No,
not right.
Just naming any dance film.
What is it? Oh, little wig, little bob. Look, little bob.
Flashdance.
Anyone in the audience?
Next one.
Oh, okay.
Gee, right, let's have a little look at the next one. What we got? Oh, and don't look at them.
Brothers.
Yes,
That was me.
We've literally got about 20 seconds, so I want to try and get one more in. It's currently the audience versus the boys. Let's have a look at this last one. What do we think this is?
Footloose.
No. Rubbish. Audience has won that one. Easy.
I don't know how bad. I don't know how I was that bad.
You've really shamed yourself. Stop talking, you've embarrassed yourself. Right, it's time now for the first in a brand new series, which Paul Ainsworth is going to be travelling around the coast of the UK, catching and cooking his local delicacies.
That's right. So first up is in his hometown, which is Cornwall.
As a cook and restaurant owner in one of Britain's prettiest places, Padstow, I often think to myself, I've got the best job in the world. But I'm off to meet a neighbour of mine who would argue nothing beats his.
Local fisherman Johnny Mert makes his living pot fishing for crab and lobster.
What is it you love about fishing?
Well, it's my office, like.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fantastic, isn't it? There's a seagull. I fed it once, and he bangs on my wheelhouse every day, so don't feed the seagulls.
Johnny is passionate about managing the environmental impact of fishing.
You feel like a steward of this area, because you've got limited range with your boat, and therefore you need it to produce every year. Everything is coming aboard alive, so anything that's under the size limit, it's got eggs, is of poor quality, that all goes back, and it all goes back alive.
Look at that really deep blue, beautiful native lobster.
All lobsters caught in UK waters must have a minimum body size of 87 millimetres.
So obviously that one's all right.
Yeah.
That one. If I was a fisheries officer, I'd have a problem with that, so that one's going to go back,
Yeah.
all right?
If Johnny lands lobsters with eggs about to hatch, he takes them to the National Lobster Hatchery in Padstow.
So the fisherman will actually bring in pregnant females. So this female's mated in the world.
Yeah.
She's laid her eggs underneath her tail in the world. And she's matured them for about 9 months.
Yeah.
And it's at that stage that they come into us. She will literally now release her eggs into our tanks. The number of eggs that she holds is amazing. A female will carry anywhere between 4,000 and 40,000 eggs underneath her tail.
The tiny hatchlings are easy prey to larger fish in the sea.
It's predicted that about 1 in 20,000 of these little babies will survive through to adulthood.
20,000.
Yeah. And we
Wow.
increase that chance of survival by about 1,000 times.
Yeah. So these guys have made it.
I mean, he's still really tiny, but they've got this natural instinct to kind of burrow and hide away, and that's what really makes them survive through at this stage.
Alongside lobster and brown crab, Johnny also catches spider crab.
You can see why they call it the spider crab, the way it looks. It's got this wonderful colour, it's like a rich orangey red.
Although the species hardly sells locally, there is a massive demand for it in Spain.
I think people like in Britain just can't be hassled with getting all the meat out of there. But trust me, the flavour is incredible. Why are we sending all these to Spain? Spider crab is so delicious, I'm going to convince the people of Padstow to give it a go. Now, do you know what this is?
Well, apart from it's a crab,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
We eat quite a few of the normal large brown crab, but we've been told the spider crab actually tastes better.
So, have you ever eaten spider crab?
I've never eaten crab. Today was the day I was going to try it.
Right, well, if you've never eaten
Randomly.
crab, I'm telling you now, go to this one.
Yeah.
I'm cooking a simple crab and pasta dish with one of Johnny's fresh spider crabs.
This lovely crab meat that we picked earlier, add that last.
Absolutely wonderful. Particularly the crab. So fresh.
Yeah, can you believe it's all out there, right on our doorstep?
And that's the bit I didn't know.
It's gorgeous,
That's
isn't
not like I expected at all.
it? No?
Really nice.
And finally, the man who caught it.
It's fantastic. That's absolutely delicious. If this isn't a brilliant advertisement for spider crab, I don't know what is.
Thank you, Paul. Right, that is nearly it. Stacey, brilliant week for Stacey, everyone, on the one show. It's been amazing. It's so good. We've also got Stacey Dooley Investigates coming up, Panorama.
It's all kicking off. Can I
Bit of a
just say
busy
I feel
time.
very tall right now?
Yeah, you should feel very tall. Very, very tall.
And next week we have Michelle Ackley. She will be presenting with Matt next week, and they've got some amazing guests: Stephen Fry, the amazing Kathy Burke, Mel B, and more.
That's an absolute dinner party. A massive thank you to the boys from Diversity, everyone. But now to perform Don't Call Me Up from their debut album, High Expectations, it's Mabel!